Hey guys, it's Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. So if you guys have been following me on social media for any amount of time, you've probably caught on to the fact that I am coming up on 1 year sober, which is a huge accomplishment. I can't believe it's been a year. So this video is just kind of going to be going over everything that's kind of happened in my life the past year. If you are friends or family of mine, you might kind of have an idea of this already. But I've had a lot of people ask questions. I've kept a lot of it really quiet. I didn't really want to talk about a lot of it. But I've realized now that that's not the healthy way to do things. So if you would like to hear more about that, then go ahead and please keep watching this video. And if you would not, then you can close this out. You don't need to watch it. You don't need to sit here and waste your time if you think this isn't important. So if you'd like to watch, go ahead and keep on watching. And if not, we'll just say goodbye right here. Bye. All right, so let's start out. May 25th, 2015. If you are close to me, you know this date changed everything. When I say this past year, I don't mean like a calendar year. Like this year for me started May 25th, 2015. It was the first day that I was alive. I'm going to try to hold it together for this because I know I get super emotional. But May 25th last year was the first day of a completely new life for me. I landed myself, because of my drinking, because of my ways, because of my lifestyle, I landed myself in the emergency room on May 24th. I almost lost my life. It was very scary. It was a big eye-opener. I opened my eyes and saw my best friend sitting next to my hospital bed, crying hysterically. I won't get into complete details because I don't feel like oversharing too much, but I feel like a lot of people don't understand why this started for me and why I chose to change my life and why this whole journey started. So I wanted to kind of just put a little background of why it all began. I have always been a big drinker. I started drinking at 13 or 14 years old. I just always had that party lifestyle. That's who I always was. So I felt like now looking back, a lot of my life was just chaos, was just a whirlwind, was just drama after thing after thing after thing. There was always something going on. And I feel like after that time, it was the beginning of a completely new life for me. It changed me completely. I walked out of that hospital still alive and probably shouldn't have been. So this past year, that is what started this whole chain of events. I firmly believe now, looking back, that this year was meant to happen. And I feel like May 25th last year started the biggest year of my life. Not because of things that would happen in it, but because of how I was going to get rocked and changed as a person. This past year has broken me down to nothing. And I don't say this to be melodramatic or anything, but literally I have hit the lowest of my lows, and I've felt things, the most intense feelings I've ever felt in my life, and it really challenged me to either overcome things or go back to the way I was and just kind of accept things for how they were. And when I say broken to nothing, I'm telling you, I have never felt the lows that I felt in this past year. Emotionally, my heart was broken to the core. It was just a lot going on. And I don't want to say this year has been all bad things because it hasn't. A lot of good has come out of it. I lost friendships. I did. Things happened. People I thought were my friends, they're not here anymore. They're gone. They're not even a part of my life at all. I know every girl has that, like, who would be in my wedding at any given time, which is a little crazy. I get it. But all girls do that. They know exactly who their bridesmaids would be at any given point in their life. And there are people that I literally considered would be in my wedding whenever I got married that I literally have changed and I don't speak to anymore. Um, that's just kind of how it went. I have gotten closer with my family, which I'm taking as a huge blessing out of this, and probably part of the reason this needed to happen. I've realized who my closest friends are, who was here, who always had an ear to listen. I could call them bawling my eyes out, telling them everything happening, telling them how I felt. They would come here. Two of my friends actually came here, spend the night sleeping on my couch with me because they knew how upset and what a bad night I was having one night. I have been betrayed this past year. I've been abandoned. I've been lied to. I've been cheated on. I've been manipulated. I've had emotional abuse. I have put my trust in people and my love into people that smashed it on the floor and spit on it. And I'm saying not to bash anyone or say anything because you know what? Those people do things because they have their own issues. And I forgive them for taking their issues out on me. And I thank them for hurting me because it has only made me grow as a person and move forward. I found my church this past year. I still love my church. As someone told me, it kind of became like my safe place. I always know I can go there. My faith has become huge. I pray a lot now. And it's so funny because I realize every time I pray, like things I think are good for my life are completely removed from it. And so I am so a firm believer that that has been something that's happened directly because I have found my faith again. And I can't explain enough that I feel like this year was so meant to happen. Like this was God's plan for me. Like I was going down the wrong path and it was like, hold up, stop. That day happened and everything changed from there on out. It's really caused me to look at myself as a person and realize why I did the things I did and what a mess I was. And it's funny because I've been so successful in my career and everything in that aspect of my life, and I've always kind of really held it together there. And it's just funny because I feel like a lot of people don't realize what was going on behind all of that stuff. I am actually seeing a therapist now who I love. I feel so comfortable with. She's helping me out so much. And when I kind of told her everything about this year the first time I went, I bawled my eyes out. I told her about my last 2 relationships and how those went. And she kind of came to the conclusion that, like, I haven't been dealing with my emotions the way I should have been. And maybe that was a huge reason for my drinking because I used it to kind of numb things or not deal with them. And then when things happened this time in this past year and I didn't drink or I couldn't drink and I didn't have that alcohol as my outlet, I was feeling all these feelings. I was on this like roller coaster ride of emotions, and it was because I had never felt them before because I never let myself, which is really crazy to think about. You know, she told me that I don't give myself enough credit for how successful I am and what I do, and it's not the first time someone's told me that. People always say, you're so humble, you don't address that, like, you've done so many things and you've accomplished so much and you have, like, success. And I feel like I have always kind of downplayed it because I let other areas of my life downplay how successful I was in other parts of my life. Something that's been really, really big for me was learning how to be alone and just be by myself. And I talked a lot about it in therapy. And, you know, going into therapy, this wasn't even a thought that crossed my mind. I didn't think that's why I was going. But we got on this whole discussion of how I try to occupy myself with other things. And if I don't have anything to do, I'll look for things to do. And I don't know how to just sit and be with myself and relax and just think and just be and do things for me by myself. I'm constantly busy. I'm just going and going and going, and I'm constantly working on something, and I have 5 other things that I want to do, and I'm up until midnight in bed doing emails in the dark, and I don't give myself time to just stop and read a book or watch a movie or just sit outside and enjoy a nice day. Like, I have given myself all this stuff piled on me, and it's not healthy, and I realize that now. So these last few weeks, really, I've been not going out. I've been staying home. I've been cooking myself dinner. I've been seeing my friends. I've been watching movies. I've been reading. I've been doing so many more things for me. Just simple days like going and I go to therapy, I go out to lunch by myself. That's something I would never do. And like going grocery shopping and like making myself dinner for that night, or just little things like that are so silly, but to me are so huge right now because I've never been completely like alone. I invested so much in my relationships with other people and my relationships in general that I am really enjoying like finally putting the focus on me and what I need and what I need to do. So that's been something I've been doing a lot of that I've really loved. I don't want to keep rambling and rambling and rambling forever because I haven't even hit 1 year yet. So maybe we'll put another video up for 1 year. I don't even know what I'll say in it because I feel like this is going to be the same thing because it's like next week. So this could just be the 1 year video if you've been following me all along. I am so believing that this year was meant to break me down to nothing, smash me to the core so that I could rebuild and be the person I needed to be and the person that I need to be going forward, and to prepare myself for a happy, healthy, and successful rest of my life. While it sucked that all this happened and this year has been an emotional mess, I'm really grateful because I feel like this has been building and preparing me into what I needed to be to move forward from here. I feel like this is closing an entire chapter of my life on May 25th. When I hit that day, I'm sure I'm going to wake up, I'm going to bawl my eyes out. Just because it's going to be like that day. And I'm going to know that I did it, and I was strong, and I did this myself, and I don't know what's going to happen from that point on, but I am so excited to just close that door and close that chapter of my life and know moving forward that it wasn't a bad thing. It was a good thing, and it built me and shaped me into the person I needed to be. It showed me what and who I needed in my life, and it showed me what and who I did not need in my life, and it removed those things. So I'm looking at this year as a blessing. I really am. I feel like it was meant to happen, and it's preparing me for great, amazing things to come. I don't know if that means in business success. I don't know if that means in love, with friendships, with life. I just feel like after this year is done, like only good things could come. Only good things are going to come. It's preparing me for something big, something good, something that's going to be amazing. So if you have been here with me from day one, whether on YouTube, whether you're my friends, my family, I cannot thank you enough for being there with me through this. It hasn't been easy at times, and I know I've been a crazy bitch, and I just can't be thankful enough for the love and the support that I've received from people. Even if it was just someone that sent a random message on Instagram or YouTube or an email, I can't tell you enough how much it means to me that every single one of you have been there with me through all of this. And I honestly cannot thank you enough because I couldn't have done this alone. I needed the support. I needed people to be there for me, and people were. And I love each and every one of you so much for that. And I'm so excited to see like what this next chapter in my life is going to be and what's going to happen. I just feel like I'm being prepared for something so great and so amazing and so good. And I am so excited that you all will be a part of it with me. I know this year I hit so many points where I didn't understand why anything was happening or why these things were happening to me. I was depressed. I cried. I was so alone. I felt betrayed. I felt lost. But I feel like May 25th, 2016, I'm going to just move forward and be so happy about how this has all went. And I'm ready to see what everything has to bring for me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed being on this journey with me that's finally coming to one part of an end, I'd say. If you want to reach out and talk, I know a lot of young people have contacted me about their experiences with drinking and things like that. If you have questions about therapy or anything like that, I would love to answer any questions because therapy has been huge for me and helped me so much. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Do not be afraid to go to people that care about you if you need help with this, because people that care about you will be there for you. You should not be ashamed that you are asking for help. You should not be ashamed to go to therapy. It is not because anything is wrong with you or because you are sick. It is just simply helping and making you more healthy on the inside and the outside. So if you guys want to leave some comments, if you want to reach out to me, please feel free to. I love talking to you guys about this stuff. I love connecting with people all over similar things. Other than that, I don't really think there's anything else to say right now. So thank you guys so much for watching again. Thank you for being there for me. I love you all so much. But until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.